Once every year, when the seasons all shift, reality thins and opens a rift. Broadcasts are received from alien places, parallel worlds, and horror-filled spaces. We gather them all for your listening pleasure, with spooks and with goofs, both in good measure. So hold on to your headphones, get ready to scream for the wonderful terror of Ahhtap Halloween. Oh, gosh, I got some Pez stuck in my throat.
Somebody call the Baja Man, because we gotta figure out who let the dogs out.
It was me. I admit to it.
That's right, he's back, ladies and gentlemen. Isaac's back.
I don't know what you're talking about. I was never gone.
Hey-o.
I've been here the whole time.
Daylight come back. Yeah. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, this is a rare evening record session, so you're gonna get all of the fun, sleepy chats. And, that's a podcast. Vidnight Society, whatever I decided to call this.
I like Vidnight Society. That's a cool name.
Yeah, I do too, except for some reason I decided to give this podcast two names. Like, the Halloween block I named OtaP, and then years ago I'm like, I'm gonna name this one Vidnight Society, in like the hopes that I would make more Halloween, like different themed shows. But here we are 3 years in, and I've yet to do that, and now I'm like, why did I do this?
Well, let's just come up with another name for when we do...
There we go. I've been thinking of that. And when we do our secret final project, potentially, maybe. Okay, but we're here in Vidnight. We're here in Vidnight Society, and we're gonna talk about what we talk about on Vidnight Society, which is cheesy horror things. Sometimes they're cheesy. Sometimes they're Simpsons and/or Doctor Who.
And sometimes there's no cheese involved.
Sometimes we're lactose intolerant, and we have to watch our dairy consumption, or else we won't be able to sleep.
Sometimes we have a rare condition where we can only eat dairy, otherwise we die.
Yes, Ian is lactose tolerant, which means he can only tolerate lactose.
I'm too tolerant, if you can say.
X-tolerant. He's so tolerant.
I'm so tolerant.
I mean, whenever
dude.
I'm with someone and I ask, well, not someone, but a number of people, and I ask for like on a gluten-free bun, the next person who orders is always like on a very glutinous bun.
Can I have the gluten from his bun and put it on my bun?
Exactly. Extra gluten,
Yeah, don't just
please.
waste that gluten.
Extra.
Extra gluten for me, please. I'll take a number 9. I'll take a triple double Bossy Deluxe. Extra gluten with a shimmy and a squeeze.
I wish I could remember that entire monologue.
4x4 animal style. Burn it, make it swim, and make it cry.
Is that what he says?
We serve food here. It's something. It's close enough. That's what I think he says.
Oh, the ambience has begun. I can hear my dog barking.
They're right above me, guys. They're right above me vacuuming.
I just like to think that your whole family is literally just all vacuuming with their own vacuums at the same time.
All right in the same spot.
Going in like a circle.
It's a conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy, guys.
It's like, you know those giants. Oh, I wish I actually knew what country it's from, where they like, it's like the giant circle of a bunch of dudes and they're all like running around. Oh, what are those circles called? I wish I remembered. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's
No,
like,
I don't.
it's like there'll just be like 50 dudes like running in a circle,
50
like
dudes,
chanting,
what?
and it's like the coolest thing ever. I wish I remembered what it's called. Oh man.
I'm gonna look up 50 dudes running in a circle chanting.
I think it's
You
called
will-
soccer.
You will. Ole, 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 ole.
Let's see. Are you talking? Let's see. Yeah, it's
It's like actually hypnotizing.
okay. We're now on Facebook video. It's called Zakir, a mystical Sufi dance performed by Chechen Sufis.
Ah, so it's not a sport.
Dhikr is seen as a way of glorifying God and achieving spiritual perfection. Zikir, like fikir, meditation, is a method Sufis may use in their striving to achieve oneness with God. Thanks, Facebook.
Huh.
And now, a 151-mile-per-hour pursuit of a speeding biker rear-ends a motorist at 135 miles per hour.
Yikes.
They accidentally created one of the coolest looking traditions ever, just like in existence.
Hey, who
It's
says
so
it was
cool
on
looking.
accident?
True.
Uh-oh, I'm getting sucked into Facebook. Guys, I need to get out of here.
Oh no, that's where all of the AI,
Pull him
the
out,
AI
pull him out.
accounts
Guys.
Pull him out.
Mr. Beast is on Facebook. Oh no!
Pull him out.
Go away.
Ah!
Pull him
me out
out,
of the
boys.
Matrix.
Pull him
Unplug
out.
him from the Matrix.
The cord's about to snap.
Oh gosh, if that's what the Matrix is, just Facebook.
May as well be.
Okay, we got to turn this around before this becomes Doomer chat. Let's go back to a simpler time. The 1990s.
So, what about that episode?
I don't like
It
it.
was something.
I don't like it.
Well, sir. Yeah, so we watched another Goosebumps episode tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And it was season something, episode something. I think it's season 3 of the original series, The Barking Ghost.
Woof.
It was season 3, episode 7, The Barking Ghost.
Okay.
And we chose it because it had an interesting name.
Oh boy.
We thought surely interesting name would mean good episode. I mean, that's what happened with It Came From Beneath the Kitchen Sink.
Now, but this one really feels like it came from beneath the kitchen sink.
Yep, desiccated, old, past its prime, and full of ghost pirate dogs.
Okay, I have a thing to say about. I already have like a thing to say about this episode, but I need to mention it when we actually get to that point.
Should we give a brief synopsis?
Yes.
I actually have notes this time. They weren't deleted like they were last year, so I have something to go off of.
Notes? What are those?
And the first bullet point on my notes is cute couple's costume idea, the spooky man and the G from the Goosebumps intro.
My first note is, we're living in the 17th century.
We're living in the 17th century! No!
What about the spooky man and the briefcase?
Oh, there we go. The dog with the ghoul eyes and the sad lady on the billboard.
That is an interesting, that is an interesting tangent. Why does the G floating around make the paranormal stuff happen? Is there like a purpose to that, or like a
Why
point?
is the paranormal thing making a lady sad on a billboard?
So behind all of these strange happenings and all of the Goosebump stories is the soul of R.L. Stine's creations, which just float around unseen, causing the paranormal activities to happen. And that opening sequence is letting you in on that secret.
Kind of like the Goosebumps movie starring Jackus Blackus, right?
Yeah,
The
exactly.
G is R.L. Stine's muse, a la Bill Cipher.
In disguise.
In disguise. Oh, hold on a second. What would R.L. Stine's Bill Cipher name be?
What do you mean Bill Cipher name?
Bill Cipher gives cute pet... Well, not cute. Bill Cipher gives pet names to
Oh.
everyone. Pine Tree,
Maybe like
Shooting
Ink
Star,
Pen?
Sixer. What?
Ink Pen?
Oh, I thought you said Pigpen.
Come on, Pigpen!
Hey there, Pigpen!
I thought you said Kingpin.
Kingpin?
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man.
Kingpin, Pigpen, and whatever you actually said, I'll walk into a bar.
Kingpen, Pigpen, and Ink Pen.
And Big Ben.
And Big Ben. And he wasn't supposed to be there.
Hi, it's me, Big Ben.
Hey, Big Ben, you sound like me, Thatcher the Bear.
That's the boo-boo sidekick of Thatcher the Bear. Is
Thatcher the Bear
is
and
Big
Big
Ben.
Ben. Okay. Bringing it back in. I almost said over the garden wall. That's not it. The haunted ghost.
Now that would be an interesting episode.
Help! You gotta help me! I'm a ghost.
The
I'm
ghost
a ghost.
is being haunted by the humans.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Fair enough. I guess I don't actually know the plot to Beetlejuice.
I actually just watched both the original and the new Beetlejuice yesterday, so
Oh gosh, how was the second one?
Without wasting too much time, I think it was amazing.
Okay. I like the original. I need to watch the second one. Okay. The episode we watched was The Barking Ghost.
Bark.
Oof.
And boys, it's a trip. So, how does the episode open?
Pirates.
Pirates in the woods. Because where else would it open?
Where else would pirates be? With the weirdest, jauntiest of music as well.
And one of them's real scared.
One of them's real grumpy.
Because they're holding on to, wait a minute. Okay, I had some things to rant about. I just now realize there's like 4 things I need to rant about for this episode. Oh my gosh. Oh. Let's just actually do the whole synopsis before I start like ranting about random things.
Also, just for anyone who's wondering, the pirates' names are Grim and Scratch.
Thank you for writing that down.
I didn't know that.
Pirates are dumb jaunty music. The sound design of this episode is kind of the worst, and I appreciate it for that.
I like to think there's a multiple teams of Goosebumps, like cameramen and directors and like casters who like all have varying qualities. It's like, oh, you can tell this episode was made by these people because it doesn't suck.
Hold on a second. The guy who made this episode had a sick name. What was it? Oh, Charles Laser. That's what it was.
Pretty good last name.
Okay, this episode is written by Charles Laser. So the pirates. Why are the pirates in the woods?
They're
Because
running
they're
away.
trying to bury some treasure so that they don't get hung.
There we go.
Hanged.
Of course, hold on a second.
Oh yeah.
Pop up your Cinema Sins sin counter. Start writing this down at home, folks.
Oh Lord. Oh.
How will hiding the treasure prevent you from getting hung?
Because there's no evidence that they robbed anything because they don't have the evidence.
It's also the 1700s.
We're living in the 17th century.
Sorry, 17th century, 1600s. My bad.
Literal line from the episode.
No body, no crime, no gold coins, no crime.
But how would they trace that to them in the 17th
They
century?
already know it's them. They're already chasing them.
Well, they're not being chased by kappas. They're being chased by the Doge, right?
Next week on Two Cops, one is a dog and the other is also a dog.
I think they are being chased by the cops.
Oh.
So 2 pirates running through the woods, 5 feet apart because they're not gay, being chased by dogs and cops.
Because they're worried about being hung.
Worried about being hung.
Or hanged.
Hung. I think we're going to go with hung.
I like hung better. It sounds
I like hung
better to
yeah.
my ears, but
What was the word? He used a very specific phrasing. Oh yeah, the hangman's knot or
Necktie?
rope.
also,
The
so
hangman's necktie.
there's a website called Daniel Stalter who reviews Goosebumps apparently.
Oh,
He
cool.
starts off his spoiler-free review of this episode by saying, I had heard The Barking Ghost was one of R.L. Stine's least favorite Goosebumps books, and I can see why.
Mm-hmm. Also, thanks for the spoiler-free review, because I really, really care about the spoilers. There's so many important plot points that I just twists and turns.
Well, so it has a spoiler-free review. Overall, he gave it a score of 1.5.
Ooh! Out of 10?
And then he has a plot synopsis, which is full of spoilers,
Okay.
followed by a scorecard.
Oh, wow. Huh. How about that? So the pirates are running from the dogs, and they get to a tree, a special tree, a magic tree.
Oh, I guess he is reviewing the book. Never mind. Oops.
Okay. And then they fall into the tree because it's got a big old hole in it, right? I think. Yeah.
Yep. But before they do, one of the pirates is like, "Arr, I don't want to go near that tree. It's it be the changing tree I see."
I don't want anyone to see me changing in the changing tree.
And the changing, it's. We designated this tree because it's big and hollow and prevents people from being seen. I don't want to throw some gold and see some naked pirate in there. But they get pushed into the changing tree by 2 of the dogs that were chasing them.
Yeah.
This is an important plot point.
And then, whoosh, fast forward into the future.
The far-off future of 1990-something.
Guitar riff plays.
Guitar Man, he's back. We have the goosebumper of the episode, Cooper.
Oh, his name is Cooper. Yeah, the little tyke Cooper.
The little the little tyke Cooper.
He's real scared.
He's real scared of dog noises.
Yeah, so this confused me because I was like, were there no barking dogs at your previous home? Did you live like off in a house with no one around? Because I've never been in a neighborhood where you could not hear barking dogs at some point.
Also, apparently it's
Some point in the
Halloween,
night.
so of course there would be dogs barking.
Yeah.
They'd be everywhere.
Yeah. Also, wait a minute. Hold on a second. It's Halloween. He's not trick or treating.
Yeah.
But they just
Wait a minute.
weren't they. I think maybe the point was that they were moving into that house and they were too busy to do.
I would. Hold on.
I feel like,
Hold
you
on.
know, in the process of moving in, they should have had some random trick-or-treaters just show up at their door and be like, please,
Yeah.
give us candy. And they're like, oh, sorry,
Yeah.
we just got here.
Also, I love how it starts on Halloween and the rest of the show takes place on November 1st, November 2nd, and November 3rd. It doesn't actually take place on Halloween. It just starts on Halloween.
Yep.
Starts on Halloween night, mind you. Like they're
Halloween
literally about to
night,
go to
yeah.
bed.
Uh-huh. And he goes to bed.
And it's the least of their problems. Like it's it's literally just the older brother messing around.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
because he goes to bed because he's real tired, but he's still scared of the dogs, and he's looking around. And when he looks under his bed, scary mask guy goes all hoogity boogity.
And they cut to commercial. And then they cut back and it's his jerk brother, Mickey.
Hey, we hate Mickey. Screw Mickey.
We hate Mickey. We finally, this is a bad Goosebumps episode because the older sibling isn't cool.
You remember
Or
when
just the sibling.
I'm so sad. Remember when I mentioned in that last episode, like the titular '90s like bully brother that nobody likes,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, I'm really glad that they what's the word where you like do the thing you don't expect.
Subversion.
Yeah, they subverted my expectation with that one. Next episode we watch, you dork. Like, ugh. I hate it.
Yeah.
Stinks.
It's okay. We can get through this.
We can get through this.
We can get through this. So some more goofy sound effects happen. His brother pops out. His dad walks in, and he's like, "Oh, go to bed, you stupid kids."
I love it's funny. I hate the brother, like, in terms of personality, but some of the things he said genuinely made me laugh. It's just because the brothers, like, the little brother's just like, he started it, and the big brother's just like, I don't know what happened. You just started freaking out out of nowhere.
I don't know. I think we should take him to a mental hospital.
Also, it's interesting that the parents hear them fighting, but they don't hear what happens later.
What happens later?
We haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, okay. You mean much later? Okay, yeah. So he finally
I
goes
mean
to
the
sleep.
next time there's a nighttime scene and it wakes up the younger brother.
Oh, okay. Okay. So he goes to sleep, wakes up, and it cuts to Mickey, who looks like Sid from Toy Story.
Oh,
That is so
no.
true.
My brain was just waiting to make that connection. Oh,
pumping
no.
the world's smallest iron outside, which is
It's so
pretty much all he does for the entire show.
It's so small. It's like 3 pounds. It's like nothing. I mean, that kind of makes sense for his character.
You gotta start somewhere, right? They couldn't bring his bigger weights because they just moved and there wasn't room, so they're like, these will be fine.
This will be good.
I like the idea that the weights were actually that small on purpose, just to like add flavor to the fact that that character is just like an obnoxious kid. Like, you can look at my huge weights, and they're like just tiny.
Look at my huge weights, bro.
But then the younger brother is looking around for tracks because he's convinced that the dogs were close to the house and wants to prove that these dogs exist, which is a strange motivation.
Hold on a second. I just realized this kid is like the child version of a villain from like a Disney movie.
Explain.
Like this kid grows up this kid grows up to be like the main villain from like 117 Dalmatians or something. Like, I hear those devilish dogs, and I've got to catch those dogs. I know they're here somewhere. I can hear them.
It's like the guy from Haunted House, where it's just like his obsession is like. Actually, maybe that wasn't a great comparison.
Haunted House?
Yeah. Oh no, Monster House. It's not called Haunted House. I'm a dummy. Monster House.
Monster House. Okay. Barking House. Okay. So he goes off into the woods to look for the dogs.
Which also, again, very strange. Like
by himself, yeah.
I'm pretty sure everyone heard the dogs.
Yeah.
Or was it just him?
I also find it so weird that of all of the things for you to think is just your kid having like a weird active imagination, it's him hearing dogs outside randomly.
Yeah, why doesn't anybody believe him? That's the weird. Hold on a second.
Oh,
You're
you
right.
stupid kid!
Dogs don't exist.
Why would you think there's dogs? Dogs aren't real.
It also kind of seemed like the main spookiness of this was literally just the spookiness of so many of these episodes, which is a Cassandra from Greek mythology moment of just nobody believing you.
That was the real monster all along.
Except in comparison to the other ones we've watched, no one believing you about a sponge that curses you or a camera that makes people disappear. No one believes you about the dogs.
Yeah. No, dogs don't exist.
Dogs don't exist. There's no dogs. This is
this neighborhood.
They were never real.
This is Minnesota. They've outlawed dogs since '64.
You know how they outlaw music in Footloose? It's like that, but dogs.
Dog loose.
Dog loose.
And except instead of Footloose playing at the end, it's Who Let the Dogs Out. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he goes off to find the dogs, and he goes to a river, and inside the river is gold. Pirate gold!
Followed by a superimposed dog face on the water.
It's literally like just the more scuffed version of that scene from The Lion King.
Cooper!
That be my goal.
I want to rant about that gold part
goodness.
so bad, but I'll wait until we're done.
He's gonna save it. Listen to the end of the episode, guys. You're gonna hear Ian's rants.
I have like 4 of them. I'm not even joking. Okay, continue.
He's like waving a pamphlet of like 7 pages stapled together.
Only 4?
Well, 4 that are just like, why did this happen? It's not, I mean, the whole episode is a travesty, but like there are just some things where it's like, this does not make any sense in my brain.
So he gets jump scared by the black lab of the lake, and then a spooky hand is on his shoulder, and he runs away with more goofy music.
And terrible editing.
Because when you're spooked by a dog and a hand appears on your shoulder, you assume it's the dog.
Dogs don't have... Oh no!
He
My
manifests...
one weakness, my biggest nightmare, a dog with hands!
That would be some people's like fear. But I love the idea that he's so fixated on the dog thing. It's like the human scares him, but he's still like on the dog thing. It's like, oh, dogs have hands now. What is going on?
New rule, dogs have hands.
You just really scared of dogs, I guess.
He runs away, more goofy sound effects, and then the spookiest thing of all appears. A girl.
A terribly acted girl, mind you.
No! Ah!
I thought the girl from the last episode was bad. But no. Oh no.
Poor Goosebumps. At least the first girl in the Goosebumps that we watch. At least the girl from Kitchen Sink was decent in acting, I think. Anyways, girl, whose name is Fergie.
Off of her middle name.
Fergie, you know, like the Duchess of York.
You know, like the Duchess of York.
Like Fergie, you know, like Fergie Ferguson.
Sorry, I forgot I had quotes, and like really early in the episode when he's in his room and he's like hearing the dogs for the first time, he says something along the lines of, "Wind doesn't go scrunching through the leaves."
Wind doesn't go scrunching through the leaves.
I did like that.
I hate this.
Dogs do! Only dogs do!
No wind, dog!
Scrunch.
This guy is like Mr. Crocker, but for dogs instead of fairies. Fairy dog parents!
Fairy dog parents.
Okay, Fergie is a stalker who scoped out Cooper while he was moving in. She was hiding in the woods.
And then talked to Mickey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's supposed to be Mickey's age or Cooper's age in this show.
Something
if I'm
like,
being entirely honest.
something
maybe
like
in the middle.
between. Yeah, I was about to say, because he looks like he is like a solid 2 years older than her, but she also looks kind of close to Cooper's age.
Sorry, I thought you meant Cooper, and I thought you were going to say Cooper looks like he's solidly 2 years old.
Yeah, man. Can't refute that.
So Fergie tells Cooper a story.
About the family that used to live in that house before they moved there.
They turned into a missing 411 case. Ooh!
And their dogs.
And their dogs disappeared too.
And since
You're
then,
right.
there have never been any dogs in the neighborhood.
They just up and disappeared. They even had the chili cooking on the stove. Literally something she says, I think, but in like the most
Chili would
monotone
be good tonight.
Mhm.
Karen from SpongeBob sounding voice ever. I can't stress enough how terrible of an actor she is.
Okay.
To be fair, she wasn't given much to work with, it seems.
Yeah.
No, yeah, this is
fair.
from the mind of Mickey. This is from the genius of Mickey. Sorry, spoiler alert. We're not like that one guy Dauntless was talking about earlier. We do spoiler full Goosebump reviews. Mickey set her up for this.
It's been 30 years. If you still ain't watched it, get out.
So Fergie tells Cooper and his family to move back to where they came from. It's too dangerous here. And then, oh no, the Black Labs are here.
And also, okay, did the Black Labs look to anyone else like they were a mix between a Black Lab and a Corgi or a Wiener Dog?
Not.
They looked surprisingly small and long to me.
Yeah, they were kind
They
of
did
small.
not look. They looked like I could kick them.
They looked.
I would say medium-sized dog.
And,
not like
and then
big,
when
not
he
like
runs
small.
to his dad, he says that they were giant dogs,
Two dogs, two big wild dogs.
and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't. They were corgi sized.
They
Two
looked like
big
oversized
wild
corgis.
dogs.
Yeah. Oh man.
And then the dad claps back with a very jerky line. It's the inflection. I gotta dig up the clip because the inflection is it's just bad. He says, it's not hard to start seeing things, especially with your imagination.
I know when you're walking alone in the woods, it's easy to start seeing things, especially with your imagination.
Yeah.
Once again, gaslight,
Listen-
gatekeep, goosebump.
Lesson to parents: don't do this. Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. Parents, take a page from DJ Jazzy Jeff's book. Parents should understand.
I have one funny line from that moment, that scene with the dad, because he's like, "You nearly bit my leg off," and the dad's like, "Your leg looks pretty good to me."
Well, your leg looks pretty good to me.
Like that isn't the weirdest sentence that could have possibly come out of his mouth in that moment.
We almost got into a car wreck. Car looks pretty good to me.
Also, it is a little bit surprising that he managed to outrun those dogs for so long.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like to think that he was just like 15 feet into the woods.
He just thought it was much further.
Within viewing distance of like the top window of the house or something.
Just like pans over his shoulder and it's just Mickey looking at him from the top window of the house, pumping the little weights, cackling to himself. So everybody goes to bed and something happens.
Crash!
Oh, something spooky downstairs.
But no one wakes up except for our protagonist.
Cooper.
Cooper.
Who was sleeping with a bat.
Yep, Cooper gets a bat. Cooper originally thinks it's Mickey, which raises a lot of concerns that he's like, stupid Mickey, I'm going to bash his head in with a baseball bat.
That is true. And also, like, I don't know. I feel like that would not be my reaction if I heard things banging around. Like, I would probably wait in my room with the bat.
If you were little.
Yeah. Or like go
Yeah.
get my parents. But no, he walks down the stairs with a bat. Clearly somewhat afraid, but also not. And then when he sees that it is not Mickey, he calls for Mickey. And that wakes him up.
Yeah, not like the bunch of sounds, but like just him saying his brother's name with his child voice as loud as he can. Mickey! Also, I love how he doubles down when he sees the mess. He doesn't think it's something else. He's like, oh, Mickey's gonna, like, they're gonna kill Mickey now.
He's gonna get it
It's
now.
like, why would you think Mickey made that mess? There's like stuff all over the ground.
And then Mickey comes down and thinks that Cooper made the mess. Because the dogs that Cooper sees jump through the wall? But that's the only time that they act ghost-like.
Ghost pirate dogs.
Thatcher. I wrote corner folk dogs in my notes. I forgot. I forgot I wrote that.
Okay, now we have to watch Monument Mythos for the.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, then Cooper says, "Gosh, if I can't take care of these dogs, at least President James Dean can." Okay.
I think you killed Ian.
I can't even hear him anymore.
I'm sorry.
That's because he's dead.
He's dead. Oh no, Ian's a ghost pirate the dog.
Oh, I forgot to unsuppress my mic. Okay, now you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I don't know why
Okay.
corner folk dog kills me.
Okay, corner folk dog. So everybody goes back to bed. When they wake up, Cooper talks to Fergie, and Fergie says Mickey set her up, and she's like, "I'm sorry, Cooper." And then they say the phrase "jumping through the walls" 3 times in a row.
I wrote that down. Jumping through the walls?
Jumping through the walls?
Yeah, right.
Jumping through the walls.
Jumping through the walls.
Just really making sure that you get that they are, in fact, ghost dogs.
Because this is the only time they'll jump through the walls.
So they want to make sure you caught it. You weren't looking away at that moment.
We only had enough money in the budget for 1 wall jump, but if we address it a bunch, people will think it happened several times.
What are these writers talking about? I've seen normal dogs jump through walls. Granted, there's usually a hole afterwards, but there's a quote from the brother while it's still in the night scene, and he says, "I told you to lay off that late night grape juice."
I told you to lay off that late night grape juice.
Yes, I remember that. Also, while we're roasting Cooper, my boy goes to bed wearing long white socks.
Oh,
Who
ew!
does that?
Yeah.
Who does that?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, who goes to sleep with socks on? If your feet get cold, okay, I get that, but you put on like the little itty bitty socks. Also, your feet and hands are supposed to be cold. That's for an optimal sleeping environment. Do some research. Secondly, ew.
He's lucky he doesn't have leg hair yet, because that's just like the worst feeling ever.
I think there's this kid goes to sleep with long socks, thinks that there's dogs, is obsessed with dogs. He really is. He's something.
He's like the opposite of a werewolf.
Also, Cooper looks so concerned all the time. I wrote down, he's what I imagine like a Lovecraft protagonist would look like. Like, he's like the most concerned 7-year-old I've ever seen.
Slowly descending into madness.
The madness of a Cassandra story of no one believing you.
There we go.
Except Fergie believes him.
Yeah, which I thought, oh man, never mind. There's 5 things to rant about. Oh no. Oh no.
the list, like there's a counter behind you and it just goes bink.
And you hear just like a giant bell every time it dings up, just gong.
5 things to rant about. Okay. So Fergie agrees with him and they decide to go back into the woods.
Which, without any preparation, without any kind of weapons, to go find the dogs that they have had no trouble finding because the dogs have found Cooper over and over again. Somehow, to try and prove that they exist. They do not bring a camera with them.
Wow. I didn't pick up on that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention. I need to actually be looking at my notes. I forgot to mention this. The part there's another part when the dogs are in the house at night with Cooper when he sees the mess. You can tell that the dogs aren't actually looking at Cooper when they're like moving slowly
Yes.
towards
Oh my
him. They're
goodness.
looking like past him by like a solid 3 feet.
We could spend an entire episode talking about how the dogs are the hardest trying actors in the entire show.
Truly.
And how still, even then, There are so many scenes where it's just smiling black labs with growling overlaid on top of it.
I was about to say, they never actually look mad. They look like when dogs wake up after falling asleep and their faces look scrunched up and like funny looking. That's how their faces look the whole movie. They don't actually look angry.
So they finally go into the woods.
Yeah.
And then they find the dogs, and the dogs are like, "Hey guys, come with us."
Oh yeah, they start munching on their clothes and dragging them over in like the most awkward looking scene
coat.
ever, because they don't look afraid and the dogs aren't doing anything nearly aggressive. They're just like kind of like chewing on their clothes in like no particular direction. It's like, "Oh, they want us to go this way." Like, really? Okay. Yeah.
You don't say.
You don't say.
So they all go. They follow the dogs to a magical tree.
Spooky.
The changing tree that the dogs push them into.
And then explain that they are evil pirates who have been trapped.
Evil red eyes that explain that they're trapped.
I thought.
Also, the bad pirate music comes back.
Also, does that mean that the dogs that they were being chased by just suddenly became humans and were like, what the frick? And then got arrested and hung?
Oh, wait, no, yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, hold, what the? Oh, goodness. How does this
is there like
work?
a thing you have to
Hold
do
on.
on purpose to
Hold
swap
on.
bodies? Like, how does this even? What's the science behind this tree?
Yeah, because this is... Oh, my... Okay, I got a thing to rant on after this is done
It's
now.
spreading. It's contagious.
Well, we just need Isaac to find his thing to rant about.
Oh, I've been ranting about things the whole time we've been going.
So the pirates are like, yes, we're going to take your bodies now. Which is kind of weird.
They just want to go back to childhood, you know?
They go from black labs to 2 children.
And then they know how to get back to the house. And the parents are not confused at all.
Because I got special sniffers now, probably.
Oh, hold on. No, the dogs have been to that house.
Oh, fair enough.
Wait, no, but they're the children. They're possessed by the children. The children are the dogs.
Yes, but when the pirates were the dogs, when the pirates were the ghost dogs, they went to the house.
Oh, you're talking about
and
the
now
human
they're
children.
human children.
Okay,
and they remember
alright.
when they were. Yeah.
So, but the other thing
Yes.
though, this is the first time I think Cooper's parents have seen Fergie.
She's been in the backyard. Also, but yeah, no, you're right. Hold on
He
a
just
second.
brings the girl back to the house. She's all like dirty and gross looking, and it's just like, oh, cool friend.
How'd they get that?
And they both act like
How did-
savages.
How did they get that dirty and gross?
And they both attempt this grovelly, like low pirate voice, and it's the funniest thing.
That was the best part of the episode for me. Was hearing them just talk in pirate voices.
Oh.
That was the
little-
best part of the episode for me.
I feel like, you know, if you end up in someone else's body, your voice probably doesn't change.
Which just means that they've trained themselves to talk in low gravelly voices. It's a conscious decision for them.
If you told me that in like a kids show, they didn't think about they just have the kids change their voices because they're supposed to be like quote unquote possessed, Goosebumps would be the show that I would assume would have them change their voices in like some sort of like over the top. Like of all the shows that would do that, I feel like it would be Goosebumps. That just makes sense to me.
Also, if we're talking about changing voices, we gotta talk about the fact that when they're dogs, Cooper has a different dog voice, but Fergie doesn't.
I wrote down he sounds like he's 10 years older when he becomes a dog.
Why? Why does Cooper have a different dog voice, but Fergie doesn't?
I don't think I noticed that.
You can't even make the excuse that they recorded it in
Ugh.
post on different like microphones because she doesn't even sound that different. He does though.
I don't understand how the same actors can do very bad dog voices, but also do very funny pirate voices.
It's not like voice acting live action dogs wasn't already a thing for years by that point either.
It's not like the Air Bud movie was a thing. It's not like the Air Bud movie came out in the 90s
What was
and
the name
everybody
of the one
loved
movie
it.
where it's like the dog and the cat get lost or something?
Milo and Otis.
Is that really what it's called? It's a live action movie.
I think so. No, there's the Great Adventure. Yeah, there's the Great Adventure.
Maybe it is called The Great Adventure. I think that might be it.
Hold on. All I'm getting is Catholic Bibles. This ain't it. This is something called Ossie and Ted's Great Adventure. Homeward Bound, that's what it is.
Oh.
The Incredible Journey. No, but there is a movie called The Great Adventure about a dog. Okay, getting way off topic. Also, I do want to point out, it's at this point in my notes that I said, you can do this, it's only 5 minutes left, do it for the podcast. Okay, so pirate kids go home, Dog Cooper and Dog Fergie follow them home, but are overtaken by the power of chicken salad.
Yeah, because for some reason they act like, well, I mean, they don't act like dogs.
And the dad tries to shoo them with a broom.
2 potentially dangerous wild dogs come into your house, and your
who are both corgi-sized and obsessed with your chicken salad.
And black labs, one of the friendliest dog breeds I know.
I actually find it weird that they would be so like nonchalant. I mean, they're not nonchalant. They try to like whisk them away with the broom, but at the same time, it's like you don't know if these dogs are feral. Why are you why are you even approaching them at all?
Yeah. I have to point out how excited hold up. The ghost pirates and the kid bodies get real excited about the kids and the dog bodies getting killed. And I have to point that out.
Oh yeah.
That is true.
Because the brother's like, "Oh, Cooper, you were right all along. We gotta call the pound." And then he explains what's gonna happen at the pound, and the pirates are like, "Oh,
this is a great idea. We should capture them to make sure that they die."
Kill the dog. I mean, they're pirates. They are pirates. But pirates are known for this thing. Not this thing explicitly.
They run away. The dogs run away, and Cooper pirate, the pirate in Cooper's body, he's like, after them. And then the 3 kids leave, and then the parents just look they look as if that isn't the weirdest thing that they could have possibly said in that moment. Like, oh, kids are gonna go chase dogs.
So clearly, they don't care about their children's safety.
Darn kids chasing wild dogs.
Parents don't exist in the Goosebumps universe. Parents are just a collective hallucination in the Goosebumps universe. So they chase the dogs.
All the way back to the changing tree.
I do want to say, as they're chasing the dogs, Pirate Cooper does have a good line, and it's when Mickey is like, "Oh, what's that?" And Pirate Cooper is like, "Nothing, it's just a chipmunk."
What was that? Nothing. Just a chipmunk.
In like that exact voice.
I don't know. I just liked the funny voice. Yeah. So the pirates somehow are incredibly forgetful or dumb because they fall for the same exact trick.
They don't forget because Cooper's is like, "Whoa, we're close to the tree. We shouldn't be here.
Remember where we are."
And then they proceed to stay exactly where they are.
Hey guys, we should probably leave.
As both dog children rush them. They don't run. They stay exactly where they are, backing up closer to the hole.
When I woke up today, I didn't expect to be talking. I didn't expect the phrase "rushed by both dog children" to appear in a podcast I would be recording, but here we are.
Oh no, there might be 6 things to rant about now. Oh no.
Also, what the heck? Sorry, I do want to point this out. This is like, there's a Goosebumps episode where the plot is a guy turns into a dog. What is up, R.L. Stine?
He is terrified of being his dog. I'm assuming he has a dog.
He's like Alfred Hitchcock with
He's
eggs.
projecting his fear of being turned into a dog.
Yeah, so in this Goosebumps book, I propose the scariest thing of all, turning into a dog.
Have you seen Shaggy Dog? Scariest movie ever made.
I can't. I love the Tim Allen Man, but I can't watch it. I get so scared. R.L. Stine, you already wrote this one. No, this is a different dog book. Also, I don't know why I make R.L. Stine like George Lucas.
I don't want to be the dog. I don't like the dog.
I don't want to be the. I don't want to be the dog. Han Solo was supposed to be a dog. I don't want to be the dog.
So then the kids have their bodies back.
Yeah.
And apparently they also pushed Mickey in.
And then he comes in.
Mm-hmm.
And so the kids are like, "Oh, okay, we're free. We have our bodies, but we don't care about Mickey at all." And then Mickey tumbles out and they're like, "Oh, yeah, he's acting a little strange, but we're not going to assume that anything's happened to him, because why would anything happen to him if he ends up in the changing tree? Nah, we're just going to go on our merry way." And so then it shows you that somehow, despite the fact that the chipmunk never got pushed into the changing tree, Mickey is now the chipmunk, and the chipmunk is now Mickey.
I thought they were gonna like make Mickey a dog, but no, he gets chipmunk.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Oh, that reminds me of the thing I wanted to rant about.
Hey, you push two more chipmunks into that tree. You're gonna get yourself a musician trio that's going to make an impact on generations to come.
I love how the exact wording of the little brother is, "Oh, he's always acted a little weird," or something like that.
Who knows? He's always been a little weird, if you ask me.
Yep.
Anyway, let's get out of
As
here.
he's scratching at his neck and puffing out his cheeks.
Putting random acorns into his mouth.
Eating a nut from the ground.
And then Mickey, the chipmunk, does nothing except call after them as they leave.
But he's a chipmunk, so it's like, of course they're not going to hear him because he's a chipmunk now.
You can't speak chipmunk. They don't have the psychic animal talking link that they did when they were dogs, because of course that's how this episode works.
And then the episode ends.
Yeah. With, literally just right then and there it ends. Like nothing happens after that.
What happens to the pirates?
Oh,
Do they keep being ghost dogs?
Where's the goal?
Do they keep causing trouble?
Thatcher, you're bringing up all the things.
Do the parents believe Cooper?
So many things I want to rant about.
Does Mickey stay a chipmunk forever?
What happened to the original dog minds? Cause the chipmunk got put into Mickey's body. Did the pirates' bodies? Is that what
yeah, that's what I was saying at the beginning. Did the dogs become the pirates and then get hung?
I have thumbs now. I'm dying.
In that case, the dogs saved the pirates' lives.
My headcanon is that the dogs at the very beginning of the movie were already possessed by different humans that then took the form of that then took the pirate bodies.
Yes.
And then they became them and then they died at some point.
Okay, that's genius. That's brilliant.
It's like it's a never-ending cycle.
Also, at what point did the pirate dogs become ghosts? I mean, obviously they've been alive for a while, but wouldn't they just die?
Mm-hmm. Were Mickey and friggin' Fergie ghost dogs too?
But they jumped straight through a screen. Also, the ghost pirate dogs were able to latch on to the kids' clothing to try and drag them. There was nothing ghostly about them except for jumping through a wall once.
This is my cinema sins moment, but let's assume, hypothetically, so we're in North America, right?
Hypothetically.
We're in North America.
Mm-hmm.
This is a cave where you swap bodies with the living creature that goes into it, right?
Tree.
Or it's a tree. You go into the tree and you swap bodies with them, right? The switching tree.
Okay.
So it's safe to assume that whatever was possessing those dogs, because those are domesticated dog breeds. They're not wild dogs.
Uh-huh.
So how are there wild domesticated dog breeds in North America years before? You get what I'm saying here? I feel like this doesn't make very much sense.
They were brought over.
No, but
the colonies existed.
Well, I guess I'm thinking about it in terms of my headcanon where the dogs were possessed by different humans already. But that headcanon has me assuming that those original humans would have been maybe tribe people or something. I don't know. Like Native Americans or something.
Well, and so if they weren't people before that, I mean, my assumption was that the dogs were part of the band of people chasing the pirates, hunting dogs. So why are they black labs?
Yeah.
That look like corgis. That doesn't.
That's all we have here in the colonies.
Kind of dogs that you would have chasing pirates down.
We keep writing the king, but that's all we have here in the colonies, are these black lab corgi things. We have to use them for everything we can. Dogs are expensive to ship over here to the colonies.
You guys were starting to hit the nail on the head for the things that I was wanting to rant about. Nothing about them are ghosts, except for the one thing they did where they jumped through a wall.
Maybe, hear me out, maybe the dogs are skinwalkers.
I like this.
Maybe the dogs are Contra.
Are who?
Contra.
Contra?
I don't think either of you would know what I'm talking about.
Maybe I don't.
You mean the video game Contra?
No.
Well, there was something in real life called. Wait, maybe I.
No,
it's
on.
From a fantasy book series.
What fantasy book series?
I mean, I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay. It's not Way of Kings, is it?
No.
Okay.
Okay, what the heck was the gold about? I wanted to talk about that for a second.
You'll come across them soon, Thatcher.
Oh! Okay. Oh, really? Oh, hold on a second. Sorry. Putting too many pieces
You
together.
guys and your nerdy book things.
I may have spoiled something. I apologize.
I don't know. All I know is apparently there's dogs that turn into things in Mistborn, apparently.
Okay.
At least that's what I know now.
Yeah. Then you know enough to understand what I meant.
Okay. Apparently now there's dogs that turn into things. Read Mistborn. It's very good. Anyways, pirate gold.
He grabbed the gold out of the river. The little boy did.
Mm-hmm.
And I assumed that had some kind of meaning, but no. He just grabbed random gold out of the river. And that's it.
Never comes up again.
Never comes up again.
Yeah, I assumed that was like why the dogs were chasing them. You know, there's like a curse placed on the gold, but...
Yeah.
Maybe it was ghost gold that the ghost pirate dogs used to get the little kids' attention so that way they could possess him. Like, hey, we got more ghost pirate dog gold back here in this weird old tree.
Well, if that was the case, they should have just laid a trail to the tree.
Not in the river.
That would have been smart.
That's the changing river.
Then they could have just pushed him straight in.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, okay, we finally finished the episode. Ian, let's do your rants real quick. I'll do my rant and then we'll rate it.
Okay.
And then I'll do my rant.
Oh, okay, we'll all do our rants.
We already did the gold. One of the things I wanted to rant about was the gold. I already did that really quick.
Okay.
One of the other things was the fact that they're ghosts, and yet the only thing they do that's ghostly is moves through a wall. Why? Okay. I can rant about this. This is great. The dogs are ghosts.
You know it's good when he starts clapping.
The dogs are ghosts. So why are
Okay.
when the kids' dogs, when they take the dog bodies, when they swap in the switching tree, silence in the switching tree. I forgot to mention that quote. I love that quote from that episode. Why don't they just phase through the wall? Why did they have to break through the... Wait, was there a doggy door? I just thought about that.
No, they broke through a screen.
Okay, they broke through a screen. Okay, I was about to go on a whole other rant if there was a
Although
doggy
maybe
door.
it was a doggy door and it was like closed or something, but they definitely broke through like a screen in the bottom of the door.
Sorry, the fact that there's a dog door in this house and nobody else thinks dogs exist makes it that much funnier.
It is a screen, you're right. But still, why didn't they go through the wall with their ghosty powers?
It's tied to the spirit.
They haven't been dogs
Children
long
have young
enough.
spirits. Children have young spirits. They don't have that ghost power yet.
They're not crusty old pirates yet.
They're not crusty old... Well, that's actually... All pirates could walk through walls. They just don't do it a lot because they're on boats.
Haven't you seen Pirates of the Caribbean? Everyone knows
They
this.
are the walls.
Maybe they were already ghost pirates. Maybe they were already ghost pirates and then got shoved in the change tree and became
Well,
ghost
why
pirate
were they
dogs.
scared of being hung?
It was a magic robe that can kill ghost pirates.
Ah, fair enough.
Made from Wonder Woman's lasso.
That explains everything for me.
Because it makes about as much sense as everything else in this episode.
That answers all my questions.
There we go.
Why didn't they go back to get the kids again? It's not like they no longer exist. They went back into the dog bodies. That was the point. So the pirates are still in the dog bodies. The ghosts are still there. They never left. They're still inside of the tree. Why didn't they just come back out?
Yeah, immediately.
The barking ghost 2. Electric Boogaloo. It just keeps happening again and again and again. It's an endless cycle.
I hate it.
It's Groundhog's Day.
Oh, it's not like the other episode where the guy's in the camera and then he gets out of the camera because they take another picture with it. The dogs are still there. Why don't they just come back out again immediately?
I mean, now they already have one human body right there that they can just immediately push
One
into the tree.
great human body. It's got a slight dent in the
There needs
back.
to be a part 2 where the big brother's body gets shoved back into the tree by the dog ghosts, and then one of them possesses him to get the kids to throw them into the tree again.
I think that would be a much better episode.
If we get enough people to give us money, we will write and produce an audio drama version of The Barking Ghost 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Calling it now.
This time with wings.
This time with what? What did you say?
I said wings.
Wings. Okay. Barking Ghost 3 and Knuckles.
I feel like there was one more thing. One more thing.
Only one?
Yeah, you'd think there'd be like 30 things for me to rant about with this episode. No, I can't really think of anything else, but everything else still sucks, though. I hate thinking about it.
All right, my turn to rant. Since we already invoked the name of Brandon Sanderson, we're going to talk about the magic system in this episode. How does the stinking tree work? We've talked about this enough. It makes no sense. Okay, it's the changing tree. It's a magic tree. Stuff you push in gets its body swapped. That makes sense. Except, why are the pirates still in the tree? Oh, maybe the pirates were in the dogs. But then what happened to the original dogs? What happened to the original pirate bodies? What happens in the tree? Why does it take time? Why does it take time? Why isn't it instantaneous?
How do they climb back out?
How do they climb back out? How do they choose? How do they choose what happens? Because the pirates were in there. They were like, oh, yes, welcome to the changing tree. We're going to take your bodies now. Instead of the kids.
Why has it taken this long for them to get people to follow them?
Oh, no.
Why hadn't a bug crawled into the changing tree? And now one of the pirates is a bug. The bug ghost.
It was a daily occurrence. The other pirate had to go and push the bug dog back in.
Bug dog. That was my favorite 90s Nickelodeon cartoon, Bug Dog.
I just found another weird thing that doesn't make sense about this episode. Oh, no.
Really? How surprising.
Why are the dogs ghosts in the first place?
Why are they?
Yeah, I said that.
We've talked.
I mean, it's been so many hundred years, but like,
Then why do they even interact with the physical
what makes
plane?
them ghosts and not just dead?
Yeah, why aren't they just dead?
Yeah.
Okay, is the tree's ability to make things... Hold on a second. Does this... Okay, there's two things. Either the tree turns things into ghosts, or ghosts also exist in this world. And these pirates just won the supernatural lottery.
Because they had unfinished business.
Which is?
To get their treasure.
But then why is it the switching tree? Why would this tree switch the body of the little boy and the chipmunk in the first place? Because neither of them were ghosts, so why would they switch?
Wait a minute! Why didn't Mickey had so many other things to end up in. Dog, pirate, kid. Why chipmunk?
Yeah, that's true. How does the tree choose? Like, why didn't Fergie and Cooper switch when they came back out? How did the tree know whose was whose?
Is it just random chance and these kids have the best luck, or
it could have just as easily have been that the chipmunk swapped bodies with like the dog or something, or like there's a chipmunk inside of a dog. That could happen.
Yeah. Also, how did the chipmunk switch? Because it didn't get pushed in.
It was outside the tree like a second before that even happened.
My headcanon is they were walking through the woods. Mickey's like, a gulp, what's that? Pirate Cooper's like, it's a chipmunk. And then Mickey, because he's an idiot, walks up and shoves the chipmunk in his pocket.
A snack for later.
I got to bulk up my fruit.
The chipmunk just allows it.
So, I know you were already about to rant about this. I'm sorry, but like, I still don't get how the tree works, because it's like the kids were in the tree for like a whole minute before the pirates swapped bodies with them.
How did the pirates?
Yeah, the pirates had to explain their whole life story.
Also, pirates got a head start. Pirates crawled out of the tree way before the kids popped out as the freaking dogs.
That's so true. It also maybe there's a delay, and that's why the pirates don't immediately come out as the dogs again at the end.
It would make more sense if it was like, oh, whatever you touch swaps bodies with you. But like, no, they don't say that part, because that's not a thing. It's just that they're in the tree and they swap bodies, and that's it. No, like, that's where it ends right there. You just cut it off.
It's a magic switcheroo.
It doesn't make any sense.
Now I want to know which one of the kids was Grim and which was Scratch.
I do too. They drop these freaking pirate names in the credits, and you don't know which pirate is which.
I like to think that Grim is the mean one and Scratch is the jittery one. That makes sense.
I'd vibe with that.
Also, my headcanon is that the girl and the boy didn't get their actual bodies. The girl got the little boy's body, and the boy got the little girl's body.
They're both like, this is fine, and keep walking.
We don't want to mess with it again.
We're fine. This is close enough. I have opposable thumbs. I'm good with this. Okay. Dauntless, what was your rant?
Okay. So this is from a story perspective. I've already said this to Ian.
Oh, yeah.
In a story, you start at one place.
Okay.
And you end at a different place. There is change over time. That's the point of telling the story.
Status quo is
Something
different.
changes to the characters or in some way that makes it worth telling. There's a point. So we start, and this kid is hearing dogs, and no one believes him. And his brother is the worst. And then We end, the ghost dogs are still there. No one believes him, except for Fergie. And his brother is still the worst, but now his brother is a chipmunk. That is the only change we see. That is the only point to the story. Thus, this must be a revenge story or a tragedy, and the brother is the main character.
Honestly, I can agree with that. Except, at the start of the story, Cooper doesn't have any friends. At the end of the story, he's friends with Fergie.
But the story doesn't make that the point. It's not the purpose.
No. The story does make the chipmunk the point.
He basically becomes friends with her right away. There's nothing there. Like, there's no point for this story to be told. This is like when someone's like, oh, hey, this interesting thing happened the other day. I, heard dogs and then my brother got turned into a chipmunk. And you're like, wow, that's really strange. Cool.
This is an anecdote written by R.L. Stine.
Yeah.
Sorry, viewing world. I'm laughing because I screenshotted a frame that I accidentally paused at on YouTube of the episode, and the boy just looks like a frog, and it's the funniest thing ever.
And Fergie's just so focused on the food.
Fergie looks like a caveman that just discovered
she
fire.
Does.
Just like,
she looks like chicken.
Chicken finger.
Yeah. A chicken finger. Chicken no have hand. How chicken finger? We'll post this on the YouTube for sure. Well, boys, I think it's time to rate the bumps.
I did not think that a Goosebumps episode could get me this infuriated by just backwards reasoning and terrible storytelling. I did not think this was possible.
I thought it would be fun bad. This was not.
This is just angering.
It's bad.
I give it a bowl of half-eaten chicken salad.
I give it one bump. I give it a broken, stupid changing tree out of 10. I want to toss this book into the changing tree and have it change into something else.
I give it one Fergie, like the Duchess of York, and also one silence in the changing tree out of 10.
Also, so fun fact, that website that I was talking about earlier, the one that reviewed, as I found out, the book and gave it a 1.5 out of 5 stars. Underneath that, it says, for every book that was adapted for the Goosebumps TV series, I will watch and do a bullet review. Bullet 1, one of the rare episodes that is actually better than the book.
Whoa.
Bullet 2, huge improvement right up front by introducing the two men before they got turned into dogs. Kudos to making them dumb pirates at that.
Wait.
They weren't originally...
Oh.
What?
Bullet 3. So did the dogs get stuck as the dumb pirates? That really sucks for them. They didn't do anything to deserve that.
Oh.
Bullet 4. Good casting. Cooper was a believable nervous Nelly. Fergie had super intense eyes.
True, but
I'll give him that.
Bullet 5. Mickey was that bleep older brother who is probably closeted and desperate to prove himself. Bullet 6. They did a good job eliminating the fake scares and getting to the interesting parts.
Interesting parts.
Yes, dog ghost.
Is that what he calls it?
Bullet 7. The way the dogs got Fergie and Cooper into the changing tree was much better thought out than in the book. Bullet 8. They improved the scene with the pirates trying to act like normal kids. It was better than any scene in the book. I wish more time could have been spent with it.
What the frick was this?
Bullet 9. I also thought the ending with the brother was a big improvement on the ending of the book. It felt less like punching down. He was a bleep, so it came off as funny. Bullet 10. I appreciate that this took a weak book and made a strong episode out of it.
How bad was this book? What are you talking about?
Okay, second stretch goal. If people pay us enough money, we will do OtaP book club on this book.
I am going to read this book tonight, by the way. I'm doing this. This is Ian's on his own time adventure. I'm reading this whole book over the next few hours, and I'm going to tell you about it. I'm so angry.
Ian will break into his local library and get the book.
Oh, how bad was the book version? I mean, oh
my gosh.
So you're telling me there's a version of this story where you don't even see the pirates at the beginning, and you're just thrown into this insanity?
What's with these dogs?
Oh, I'm getting ill.
Goodness gracious. Looking at the IMDb to see if there's anything funny there, I found out IMDb has a references page. This episode is referenced in Best Life by Brooke, ASMR, my Goosebumps movies collection, in parentheses, tapping, close whispering, nostalgia, which they label as a TV episode.
How do you make ASMR out of this episode?
I don't know.
You do a synopsis of
You
it
read the script into a microphone.
from really close.
So the ghost dogs came in, and they was really scared. They were the ghost living in the 17th century. they were pawing at the door, and they were trying to get in. Your leg looks pretty good to me.
Third stretch goal, we do Goosebumps ASMR.
That'd be great, like live stream content. It's like we take our favorite parts of different Goosebumps scripts and we say them into ASMR mic and we try to make each other laugh. Oh, that'd be funny.
Dad, it almost ripped off my leg. Jumping through the walls. Pirate ghost dog. I told you to lay off the late night grape juice. I'm wearing tube socks to bed.
Oh, I'm gonna cry.
My name is Fergie, like the Queen of Dutchland. Silence in the changing tree.
Well, boys, we turned a lemon and made it into Goosebumps lemonade. Oh,
No,
goodness.
we took a lemon and we made grape juice.
Made grape juice. Which is great for any ducks that come up.
Well, but they just want grapes.
What the ding-dang heck are we gonna... What's our ending bit on this?
Oh, is there anything Goosebumps related that we can end this off with?
I push you both into the tree and you become chipmunks.
I've now pitched our voices up like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Ian, let's sing a song.
Now you can join Mickey and become a band.
No.
There we go.
Oh no, I had a funny thing I could have ranted about. No. It's too late now.
Maybe. What is it? What was it?
Oh, you sure? It's kind of dumb actually, but it's still kind of making me mad just thinking about it.
Ian, we
Do it.
spent an hour and
15 minutes talking about Canadians' kids' TV. Do it.
Okay, so they turn into dog, and they act like dog because now they're dog.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it that when the chipmunk gets into the body of the brother, he still acts like a chipmunk? This doesn't make any sense to me.
Wait.
And because if you act like the body that you get into, just like when the kids started acting like dogs when they got into the bodies of dogs, why is the chipmunk still acting like a
Well,
chipmunk?
but do they act like dogs?
They were like half kid, half dog.
The girl was chasing her own tail for like 2 seconds in the thing.
That's
Yeah,
true.
They're
But they were aware of it.
And they became allured by the smell of chicken salad.
I am always allured by the smell of chicken salad.
I would kill a good chicken salad right now.
Are you trying to tell me they were RPing as dogs in the middle of this episode? I don't think so, Thatcher.
For my next book, I wanted to pose the scariest situation of them all. A dog RP server.
George, you gotta stop coming to me about these things, alright?
My name's not George, it's R.L. Stine.
R.L. Stine is George Lucas.
What's the R stand for? George?
Rorge Lucas. Rorge Lucas Stine. What is R.L. Stine's real name?
Ryan Lucas Stein.
Really?
Jack Black.
Robert Lawrence.
Oh.
Jack Blackstein.
Alright, that's the last thing I wanted to rant about.
Thank you for listening to a very long episode of That's a Podcast. If you like what you heard, you can follow us on our social medias to stay up to date, such as our Twitter or YouTube, both at OTAP_podcast, with linkos in the descriptione. If you would like to Gmail us something like fan art or an ASMR video of you reading Goosebumps, actually, please don't do that. Please don't.
Or maybe some video ideas or any other cool content.
Some video ideas. Yeah, or a sandwich. Email us a sandwich.
Or some chicken salad.
Email us at othatpod@gmail.com. Or some chicken salad.
Please email us a picture of your sandwich and or chicken salad right now.
And we'll give you 5. If you want to buy some merch, we have a merch store. Redbubble is OtaP-store. You can buy funny Goofmups from other episodes, such as the Goosebumps we did last year. And finally, Ian, you have a funny to funny us out with, don't you?
Yep, I have a dad joke that moms can also tell.
Whoa!
And also
I'm a
apparently
mom.
not dads.
Yeah, because moms can't tell dad jokes. That goes against the laws of nature.
They have to tell mom jokes.
Yeah,
No, I just meant that like you're none of us are dads, as far as I know.
I was about to say, as far as you know.
well, it's like the same. It's the same kind of principle, right? Like if a mom can also tell it, that means that I can also tell it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because formulaically, I am technically a mother. I'm just not within the mom class. You know, I'm like an offsect of that. You know. But anyway,
You multi-classed them.
all right.
You
Here's
minored.
wait, what?
Minored in momming. You minored in momming.
Yeah. I mimered in momming. Yeah.
My major was interpretive tap, and my minor was in momming.
I need to have a shirt that says that on it. That's great.
I minored in momming.
I minored in
Okay, OtaP ironic t-shirts. Okay.
oh, I'm gonna cry.
Okay, tell us
Okay.
tell us the joke.
Why did the ghost starch his sheets?
Why?
He wanted to scare people stiff.
Oh, ha, 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 ha. Happy Halloween!
Bye-bye!
And remember to believe, eat, leave, and achieve. And always spook up your podcast. Ooh.
I like to think Dallas. I like to think Isaac has just been sitting there like angry about that joke, so he hasn't been saying anything.
What?
Stupid joke.
It's a pretty funny. Okay, bye-bye.
Because I didn't laugh.
Yeah, because you. Bye, guys.
Adios.
Carefully, and we shall tell you all you need to know. We are not dogs.
But
Silence! Silence in the changing trees.